Welcome to online orientation for Partnership for Kids Mentors. We're thrilled to have you and think you'll find the experience of mentoring as rewarding, fun, and engaging. This online portion of training should take about 30 minutes. Our mission is to mentor kids for college today and careers tomorrow, and our vision is to build a better community by inspiring hope, engaging minds, and launching futures through goal setting, mentoring, college, and careers. Today we'll explore the variety of programming we offer to our students through their entire academic career and beyond. This training will mainly focus on the middle school and high school years, but it's important to know what came before and where they're headed in the future as well. You will learn about the goals and expectations of the mentoring relationship and where to go for additional support. Let's get started. Partnership for Kids has an amazing history, stretching all the way back to 1989, as all our kids. We started with 20 McMillan Middle School students. Winter Circle began serving the youth of Belvedere Academy in 1996. In 2007, these two programs joined together to form Partnership for Kids and provide a continuum of care for youth that now starts as young as 3 years and continues on to college and careers. You can see here that we start in our elementary schools. These are Title I schools, which means a high percentage of the students qualify for free or reduced lunch. In elementary, all students are included in either the Book Buddy or Goal Buddy program, and the visits occur during the school day. Our middle school program is primarily comprised of students selected from our elementary schools. The format changes to a group mentoring format with defined curriculum focused on project-based learning and life skills with meetings held during the after-school hours. We then help these students transition into high school and eventually into other youth-serving organizations that specialize in high school graduation and college access. We continue to provide case management to our students and assist them with college applications and financial aid. Our journey with them continues as they determine their post-secondary goals, graduate college, or find their career path. Because we serve Title I schools, the majority of students served by Partnership for Kids qualify for free and reduced lunch, which is an indicator that their families are living at or below the federal poverty line. The median household income for our students is significantly lower than the median for the city of Omaha as well. Partnership for Kids celebrates and embraces diversity. A basic breakdown of the students we serve shows that our student population is majority African American and Hispanic. Our reach extends past that of our own front door. We collaborate with a number of organizations and corporations to provide the best experience for our students. Look at how many partnerships we have formed, and this is just a small sample. These companies should be recognized for supporting the community and P4K students. On the next slide, you'll see a video brought to you by Any Loves Public Schools. The purpose of this video is to help our community understand some of the issues and struggles our students live with. The point here is that schools don't work in isolation. It takes all of us coming together and working together to build strong schools and strong communities. Schools benefit greatly from Partnership for Kids and other community organizations, serving students and strengthening families.
I think if people knew the truth of what some of our kids were going through, they would completely get knocked off their socks. And I always say, look what they tell me, imagine what they're not. How could they function? Because I couldn't.
Many people think that the reason students aren't performing at grade level or they're dropping out or just aren't successful is because of some failure on the part of the educational institution. But it really starts before that child even steps into the school building.
A lot of the educational problems are dealing with youth that come from some of our nation's most difficult educational environments.
One of the main determining factors in a student's success is their income level.
I think the thing that we've learned in such a diverse school as ours is that poverty looks different based on where you live, maybe what your culture is. Rural poverty looks completely different than urban poverty.
Poverty in Crete is the start of a new life, okay? So it's tends to be, and I'm generalizing, it tends to be families that have come to Crete for a job, okay? So they came with very little, but they have a job, and the job is usually pretty hard manual labor.
It looks like 3-4 families living in the same house. It looks like people coming into Crete with nothing but what they have on their car, and having these cold winter nights that we had last month, and not even mattresses in their homes.
Saving every dime that they have to make a better life.
It has different faces and it has different languages. And it looked like you and me.
Between 92 and 94% of our students live in poverty, so they live below the federal poverty line.
That's $22,000 for a family of 4. That ends up being a lot of our children who are coming from families that are really struggling to make ends meet.
Poverty is a significant force in our decision making in Crete, because we have over 45% of our kids that are on free and reduced lunch.
We have close to 100% of our students on free and reduced lunch.
At our school, almost 90% of our student body is coming to us considered at the poverty level.
We get so caught up in race and language and this and that, and this is just my philosophy. I think the root is poverty.
The assumption is that schools can solve all these problems on their own.
I can tell you what a difference you'll make to our students, but I think it's best heard coming from them. LaDeja, I can honestly say that the program has been a support and guide for me, as well as my mentor, Teresa. She has been a really good help for me, and she has helped me through everything from college to life, and I want to thank her. Daisy, thanks to all of the support I received from P4K, I made a promise to myself that once I am 19, I will come back as a mentor. Thanks to the support I received from P4K, I was able to receive 2 full-ride scholarships. I want to emphasize that due to all of the great work of the staff, mentors, volunteers, our families and friends, we have made it this far. Your support and dedication made a difference and taught us great things. Our students are recruited from our 12 goal-setting elementary schools. Each student has to fill out an application, go through an interview process, and attend a parent-family orientation to be accepted into the program. Our students would benefit from a relationship with a positive adult role model and will meet an attendance benchmark for meetings. Our groups are specifically designed to have a range of engaged students with varying academic abilities and diverse interests. So typically our groups are comprised of 6 high engagement students, about 16 moderately engaged students, and 6 low engagement students. In the program overview section, I will introduce you to the coordinators. We'll go through the details of the program and explore what it is you'll actually be doing as a mentor. Our core values are goal setting, mentoring, college, and careers. You will find these values cemented in our curriculum and programming at all levels. For group mentoring, we use goal setting through the curriculum, and students set academic and life skill goals. Mentoring is the basis of this program. Through mentoring relationships, you'll start with the matching process, have outing and engagement with your mentees, and the frequent check-ins that occur with the mentees. College is explored through college tours and our college knowledge curriculum, and careers are explored through our Futures Fair, mentors sharing their experiences, and the career exploration curriculum. Program coordinators are your lifeline to P4K and the mentor groups. They communicate with the families of the students regarding P4K events, meetings, mentor matching, and anything having to do with the program. They provide case management for students who are showing academic struggles or attendance issues as well. Your coordinator will provide you with any and all information regarding meetings, student information, and coordination of group activities. Dr. Jean Rhodes defines group mentoring as one or more adults meet with the youth in small, time-limited groups on a regular basis. This occurs in our curriculum-based meetings facilitated by coordinators and the mentors. Mentors are active participants in the group meetings. Mentors engage with their mentees outside of the curriculum-based meetings and engaging activities, and mentors touch base with their mentees frequently. Our meetings are curriculum-based with an emphasis on leadership and building life skills. We meet 2 times per month from 3:30 to 5 o'clock. You are also encouraged to take your students on outings outside of the scheduled meeting times as well. Up next, you'll view a video showing mentor and mentee engagement within a classroom setting. Students arrive at the meetings immediately after school. This is usually between 3:05 and 3:15. The first 15 to 20 minutes is comprised of taking attendance, preparing the activities and materials for the meeting, and handing out the snack. When you arrive, students will be finishing with the snack and preparing for the meeting. Students will either be in large group or assembling into small groups. The program coordinator will introduce the meeting agenda and set the stage for the activities, and your program coordinator will prepare all the materials needed for these meetings. Our curriculum is designed to be fun and engaging. The program coordinators and the mentors tag team parts of the meeting agenda. Each meeting has a clearly defined objective. This is what the students will be learning and what the goal of the lesson is. Also an introduction, which will provide a lead-in and sets up the lesson for discussion. The mentors part really comes in for the lesson and activity. This is interactive and hands-on approach to present information regarding the topic. You'll explore the topic with the mentees, answer questions, and relate personal experience to the topic. We'll move on to check for understanding. It's a variety of assessment tools to verify that the concept of the lesson was in fact understood. And we'll wrap up with a closure. This leaves the students with something to think about and further contemplate. There are 2 different types of meeting activities, outings and engagement. An outing will usually occur off-site, where mentors meet their mentees and the program coordinator at the off-site location. The off-site location and activity will provide real-world experience. An example would be doing the college knowledge curriculum and then taking a tour of a college campus. Engagement will also usually occur off-site. Mentors may transport their students to a predetermined location, and this provides an opportunity for mentors and mentees to engage outside of the school setting. Mentors and mentee groups decide where they would like to go, maybe the park to play basketball, or head off to the ice cream shop for a treat. P4K highly encourages mentors and mentees to engage in activities outside of the monthly meetings. P4K often has tickets to local events that are available for you to use to go on outings with your mentees. Free events and ticket information will be provided via our monthly email newsletter, which is sent using Constant Contact. But if tickets become available upon short notice, you will be notified via your program coordinator when these are available. Please always notify P4K of your outing, as it's helpful for a number of reasons. If you are using tickets furnished by P4K, we like to notify the donor of their use. We do track mentor-mentee outings for grant purposes, and it's a good indicator of the healthfulness of the mentee-mentor match. Now that you have a basic understanding of group mentoring, you're probably wondering about how you get matched with students. You're first matched with a school based upon your availability, what day of the week works best for you, what school location is most convenient. Know that matching with students does not happen instantaneously. We're very intentional and thoughtful about matching to ensure compatibility. So first, both the mentor and the mentee complete a Get to Know Me sheet. This determines liked interests and hobbies. Then you'll engage with students during meetings. The program coordinator will observe for natural gravitations. A final match is made with a ratio of 1 mentor to 4 mentees. The program coordinator will notify all parties of the match, and the mentor is asked to call the family to introduce themselves. The foundation of the program is the project-based learning curriculum. The skills they learn will take them to and through college for certain. Equally important is the relationship they gain through having a mentor. The impact of a friendly face, a meaningful conversation, and the consistency of a mentor cannot be emphasized enough. It's time to explore how these relationships will develop and grow. Having realistic expectations is key to building and developing relationships. Part of the relationship building process is giving youth the tools to learn effective communication, people skills, and building trust through modeling this behavior when meeting with students. Next are some tips to make the most of the time you have with the students. Using these techniques by Ella Moreno is a great way to form a quick connection with people in general, but particularly with your students for our purposes. It's not expected that you can do all of them all of the time, but focusing on mastering a few will help build relationships with your students more quickly. A simple smile conveys friendliness and positivity. It's a nonverbal cue to the students that you are excited to meet them and a person that they may just want to get to know. Make a conscious choice about the attitude you bring to the visit and choose to be present in the moment. Your approach should intend to be open-minded and ready to receive whatever is offered. Greet your mentees personally with a handshake and offer a sincere welcome. Eye contact is another essential form of nonverbal communication that allows us to really see each other and ignore distractions as best you can. You will meet in a group setting, which is often a busy environment. Active listening skills are of great use here too. Ask open-ended questions and clarifying questions to show understanding. Make a connection on anything to get the ball rolling. Food, sports, hobbies. Provide validation. Youth want to know that what they are thinking or feeling is normal, or at least acknowledged. At times, it can be difficult to keep the conversation rolling with youth. Here are some ideas to get the conversation going and keep it going. Students at a young age have plans for their future. Talk to students about what they want to do after they graduate high school, where they want to go to college, and what they want to be when they grow up. Whatever they want to be, there is a path for them. Explore this path of high school, college, and beyond with them. Share about you. Tell them where you went to high school and what career path you chose and why. How did you get to where you are now? What are your hopes and dreams? And find shared interests. Chances are that you have something in common. Favorite foods, favorite sports teams. Do you both like spending time outside? Based on our demographics, you will see a lot of diversity in the students with which you are matched. P4K celebrates our diversity and wants you to be comfortable working with youth from diverse backgrounds as well. Students feel a lot of pressure to fit in and belong, which they often equate to being normal and just like everybody else. A healthier attitude is to embrace our differences and celebrate what makes us unique. Let's remember to take time to talk about our cultural differences and learn from each other. It's okay to ask questions, but make sure that it's done in a respectful and educational manner. Conversations with your mentees may range in complexity. Delicate topics may be discussed and kept confidential, but issues of concern should be reported to the program coordinator. These are things that can have serious implications, but does not require immediate intervention. Crises requiring intervention do need to be reported immediately to the program coordinator. These would be things like involvement or contact with Child Protective Services, death in the immediate family, contact with police or juvenile justice, any type of hospitalization or severe injury, thoughts of running away from home, self-destructive behaviors, suicidal attempts or thoughts, death of a friend, expulsion or suspension from school, engaging in gang activity, possessions of a weapon, pregnancy, stealing, substance abuse. But please also let your coordinator know if you become aware of any changes in their address or their phone number. It's fair to say that you will probably find yourself in some sticky situations with your mentees. What kind of sticky situations could this be? Well, you'll be provided with your mentee's academic information, and feel free to ask for it at any time. Should your mentee be struggling academically, this could be an uncomfortable topic to discuss. Remind the student that the effort they put in will eventually pay off, that you support the mentee and are cheering them on, and that there is always additional help available in the form of study groups, tutors, or additional help from the teachers. Your mentees are at an age when relationships are highly valued and tend to take top priority. These relationships can change frequently and quickly. Best friends become enemies, social groups shift, and romantic relationships blossom and wither. Listen with a caring ear. Validate their emotions and feelings regarding their relationships. If at any time it appears a relationship has become unhealthy, it would be best to advise your mentee to move on and begin healing. Should a mentee confide that a relationship has become dangerous, advise the mentee that you have to break confidentiality for their own safety and report the issue to your program coordinator. You and your mentees may have differing opinions on things such as religion, controversial topics, and moral beliefs. Should these topics come into conversation, model how to respect the opinion of another and how to agree to disagree while leaving the conversation amicably. Partnership for Kids does not expect you to handle or navigate any of these issues on your own. That's why we ask that you notify the program coordinator, as we can be the ones to address the issues with their students and resolve the issue or refer them to a program or service that will meet their needs. Mentoring works. We know that it works, but you may be asking yourself, how do I know if what I'm doing really makes a difference? The impact of what we do can be seen in the numbers. Our students are achieving success because of the positive role models that have taken an interest in their lives. Knowing that you are there to encourage them, guide them, and be supportive pushes our kids to succeed. Here are some ways that you can know that you're making an impact upon your students. Maybe you will see more smiles, improved eye contact, more enthusiasm, and more confidence in your students. These are all indicators that you are making a difference. We talk a pretty big talk, but how do we know that we're walking the walk? Through feedback from our volunteers. 97% feel proud of the volunteer work that they do, and 98% feel like they've been able to be helpful. Here's a quote from one of our mentors. Overall, volunteering with P4K is great. I believe that we are making a difference and providing an essential need for the students. We are their cheerleaders and their motivators. It is obvious that the students want to work hard and want to succeed. With the help of the teachers, volunteers, and P4K, they can and will succeed. In our final section, we'll review some sources of assistance available to you. Partnership for Kids offers ongoing training for mentors during the course of the school year. You're encouraged to attend and will be notified of the trainings offered by email or through our monthly newsletter. Mentoring.org is the national body for all quality mentoring programs. On their website, you will find tons of resources that will enable you to be the best mentor you can be. Communicating with your program coordinator is always a great support for you as well. One of the PC's jobs and responsibilities is to make sure that your questions are answered and your needs as a mentor are met. Always feel free to discuss issues with your program coordinator. We are a proud member of Midlands Mentoring Partnership along with these other mentoring organizations. MMP is a great resource for anything and everything about mentoring in Omaha. Partnership for Kids is proud to be the first nonprofit to be certified as a No Excuses University nonprofit. No Excuses University works to promote college readiness for all. Next, you will view our No Excuses University P4K application video. We are so proud to say that NEU approved our application.
smart? Yes!
Do you know you're smart?
Yes! I am what I think I am. I am what I think I am.
And I am amazing.
And I am amazing. I work hard. I work hard.
And I will graduate from high school and college.
And I will graduate from high school and college.
It's been said that young people in poverty really do not have a lot of hope. And so our program, Partnership for Kids, really exists to provide hope for young people. So in the very earliest ages, we're talking to young people about what are you going to do after high school, that after high school comes college. Our young people, by the time that they have graduated, will have been on about 10 to 11 college campuses for official visits. But much of our programming is done on the local college campuses here at the University of Nebraska, Omaha, Creighton University and College of St. Mary, Bellevue University, and Metro Community College. All of these play very important roles in the lives of our young people for the future.
We're not just talking about setting goals for life, but we're talking about some specific outcomes like college. After elementary comes middle, after middle comes high school, after high school comes college. Students are looking at their future and goal setting in a new way because we've implemented the No Excuses University within our program. But what the NEU language that we've input in our program even pushes that a step further, is that we're telling the students not only are we proud of them now, we're going to continue to be proud of them in the future with they're going to college. And we're not second guessing it, we're telling them and they're inciting it. And students are changing from that look of, oh, college, I've heard of college, to now saying, no, I'm going to college. We've been using this language for a good solid semester now, and we've seen the difference in the teachers. We've seen a difference in the administrators at the buildings talking about how this has impacted their school culture.
Most Partnership for Kids elementary schools are not No Excuses elementary schools, and so we bring that powerful symbolism into the schools, sharing with our kids that they can go to college. Some of the celebrations, we bring the college mottos into the schools, and our children recite mottos from different universities that they're learning about in their classroom.
The mission of the Partnership for Kids is to mentor students for college today and careers tomorrow. So No Excuses University became absolutely the perfect philosophy to integrate into our program, not only in the early years, but then all the way through middle and high school. As they move into our middle school program, they're well aware of different colleges. And then when they get to our high school program, students know all about colleges that have visited 11 college campuses prior to graduating from high school.
I want to talk a little bit about the culture of universal achievement that we've attained since we've really started to integrate NEU's philosophies into our programs. Our staff, first of all, reached a critical mass almost immediately. It was easy to identify how perfect of a fit NEU was for Partnership for Kids programs. But the coolest part of the culture of universal achievement that we've seen is actually the critical mass of the students. We've started to see students get very excited about the concept of college. And we've taken the if out of it. College is no longer something they might do, it's an inevitability. It's something that's going to happen. Now, their friends are talking about college in our elementary schools, in our middle school, and our high schools. So to a degree, the students are doing our job for us, which is wholly part of the NEU philosophies that we've incorporated. At Partnership for Kids, we've really tried to incorporate a culture of collaboration as well. As one of the 6 exceptional systems that No Excuses University espouses, this is perhaps the biggest and most critical to our success. So we've worked a lot with developing community partnerships to gain volunteers, but also internships for our students, scholarship opportunities for our students, and different avenues that will help support them on their journey to graduate from college. As part of the 6 exceptional systems, Partnership for Kids has worked on its standards alignment to make sure it fits the mission of No Excuses University, but also that of Omaha Public Schools. At Partnership for Kids and in Omaha Public Schools, the ultimate goal is high school graduation, and we support that through case management, through academic support, and through mentoring. Ultimately, we are a mentoring organization, and we want our mentors to push them to that ideal of graduating from high school. One of the big parts of a successful nonprofit is you need to make sure that you have your assessments in place, and we want to make sure that we're making an impact. And we do that through a variety of ways. We have an exceptional database management system that allows us to track our students' needs as well as any strengths and weaknesses they may have. Partnership for Kids students are in our program for, at the longest, 16 years. We'll have students that will ultimately go from kindergarten all the way through college graduation. So we provide support in one way or another that entire time. In order to assess our program, we look at things like grades, attendance, and students' behaviors in school. But we're also looking at the big picture. We can't measure how many of our third graders graduate from college while they're still in third grade. So what we want to do is support them. Our database management is excellent, and we use it to pass off students from one volunteer to another, from one program coordinator to another. We have intervention plans for academics, for behavior, for students who just aren't quite sure if college is right for them. We want them to have all of the options possible, and the only way we can do that is by tracking our students thoroughly and assessing their progress as they make their way through the program.
So for us to lift these young people out of poverty, we really have to provide this type of programming, and NEU just complements our program, and we complement the NEU program in turn of really taking kids out of poverty. So it's really about college today and careers tomorrow. So we really hope that you'll accept our application, and we'd be very proud to be the first nonprofit in the country to be NEU certified.
If you would like to be connected with P4K in even more ways, connect with us socially. Please like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter and LinkedIn. You can also support us by using TAG, Together a Greater Good. This app allows you to designate a portion of your purchases at participating locations to Partnership for Kids. Also look for information about our fundraisers, our annual golf tournament, mentor mixers, and additional training sessions. I hope you know just how excited we are to have you as part of our mentoring team. If you have not already completed an application, please visit our website to complete an application online. The second portion of training is in person and scheduled at many locations throughout the city. Please contact your recruitment coordinator to set up a time. Congratulations on completing this step of becoming a mentor with P4K. Please take a moment to reflect on the information covered, and please contact us should you have any questions. We'll see you soon at training as you take the next step to becoming a mentor and changing lives.